What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and I'm bringing you guys a long-awaited Mage investment order video, season by season, and how you're gonna build it up to make sure that you guys invest in what me and my boy Gray here believe are the best order possible based off our experience. We've been playing the game coming up on 3 years as Mage players. I know some of you guys say I'm not a Mage player anymore, but somehow I always get more Mage merits than everything else. But anyways, with that being said, Gray, welcome to the channel.
Yo,
Gray,
welcome. I mean, it's a huge throwback for most people that's been here for a long time.
welcome back to the channel, I should say. For those of you guys, if you don't know Gray, he is the R5 of MFD now.
R5. Crazy word. Abdo might kill me later.
Yeah, no, it's Abda. Obviously, everyone knows that. But like, you had R5 for a few days. Remember, you're like, oh, watch out.
Bro, I usually get R5 as like a meme. I like screenshot it, post it everywhere, and saying it's we're back. Balls Mafia's back, and then I just give it back immediately.
Alrighty, let's do this. Okay, so let me go ahead and make my camera a lot smaller here. There we go. We just needed it for the intro. So season 1, guys, we have Lilia, Valen, Waldir, and Thea. So we're gonna give you guys information on what pairing for that season, and also if I had to pick one hero to work on, because I get that we have a different spectrum of spenders from low spend, free to play, all the way up to, you know, it doesn't even matter, you just buy everything kind of player. Okay, season 1, I'll start us off with this one. I'll say if I had to choose a pairing, I'll do Lilia Thea. And here's the reason why. Lilia Valen, as me and Gray discussed before we did this video, we started actually recording, Lilia Valen kind of falls off due to that the counter, even with the Gorish Skogul. And then especially when Kuma comes around, you start really getting cooked. The only way you kind of survive is if you have a sand lizard. So that's why I think like the Lilia Thea is the better one there. If you had to choose one, Gray, let's just say between Lilia and Thea, which one would you choose? A little tough. It's a little tough. What do you think?
Well, personally, now, I mean, I feel like Thea would be a lot more better. She just has like more longevity. Because she has, obviously she's overall really good defense, really good attack, and she has shielding, especially if you add it on with the Visage of Sanctus, which is now in the battle pass, so you could always just slowly passively max it out. Versus Lilia, I mean, Lilia is just raw DPS, glass cannon. I mean, she has 10% HP, but versus everyone else, I mean, 10% HP isn't really going to get you far. But for season 1 only, I mean, Lilia Valen, Lilia Thea is still really good.
Yeah.
But personally, I mean, I would still just pick Thea over Lilia now.
Yeah, 100%. One of the things that I say is, like, if we had to pick one, we agreed it was Thea. I think for most people, making sure that you get that Lilia so you have her in your back pocket is still really good. Going with that Thea, finishing that Thea, and then start working on that Valen on the side. Okay, so what would you rate Lilia in terms of her tier now?
Well, wait, I can't see the tier list. I'm assuming the highest is S.
Yeah, hold on.
Honestly, I would put like Lilia.
Let me stream it for you.
For me, I would put like Lilia at like the highest of A.
Yeah.
I think she's fallen off from S tier.
You can see the screen now?
Yeah, I can see it. We're good.
Okay. I agree with that. I mean, she's still great. Like I said, I'm not sure how much you've messed around with the sand lizards, Gray, but I definitely have been.
I've seen the videos.
And man, they are, dude. The sand lizard is insane, bro. Like a Lilia Thea sand lizard. Oh my god, that March actually cooks, bro. Like more like.
I mean, we're gonna get into this next generation, but I mean, when the next gens come in, I'll get into that.
All right, all right. Valen. What do you give Valen at this point? What do
I
you
mean,
think?
Valen, he's pretty mid. I mean, I wouldn't put him in A. I would put him like in high B.
High B.
Probably later on when I start thinking about the other mages, I'll be like, oh no, never mind. We should probably move him up. But I just don't think he's a tier. He's the same tier with Lilia. He's definitely a tier below.
So the way I've messed around a decent amount. I think Valen has more like then again, I haven't really messed around with Lilia with other marches, to be honest. She's kinda like set in stone. I have messed around with Valen um on like other marches, but yeah, I would agree. I think I think even both of these could even be like AA or even BB, but I
Well,
think
there's
that's pretty
the
good.
other. Well, the thing is, what I would put like Thea up there with the A.
Yeah.
That's what's putting Valen down because I mean Thea has more combinations available compared to what Valen can have.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're looking at like investment tier list, I mean Thea can just be paired with a bunch of heroes versus Valen's kind of stuck with like two.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, dude. Thea is just absolutely amazing. We'll talk about that a little bit at the end. We'll try to get through this list here. All right, season 2. We have Ballhorn, Bertrand, Moo, and Tohar. Who would you
You
pick?
forgot one. You forgot one G1 mage. You forgot Waldir. I know there's gonna be some comments saying, "Oh, what about Waldir? What about Waldir?"
Waldir. I'm gonna give him a solid C tier.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. He's good, definitely for season one. Good. I mean, we can do what the Krakens back in S31 did in like day one, where they had Lilia Thea and then Waldir Valen running around when we were still debating, like, oh no, Lilia Valen's the best, no one else. That guy was ahead of the game.
Oh, for sure, dude. Even then, I tried. I tested out a mean Waldir. Still cooked.
I mean, it's kind of like Ming. Ming is OP, but we'll get into him later. But I mean, Waldir Valen, I still see a lot of people use him even like today. Like I saw,
That's true.
shout out
Yeah, I
to my
have seen
boy
that.
Balakas in NXW, but that guy uses Waldir Valen. I've seen him like get merits comparable to like my Lilia Valen, like just and then without a Sand Lizard. I've seen him get like 70k merits when we were
I
fighting like WAO and all those guys. I was like, okay,
I haven't
he's kind of
seen
cooking.
I haven't seen Waldir's stats in a while, but he's like a little tanky, right?
He's pretty beefy. He has a lot of AoE. That's what's really like helping him out.
Gotcha.
And then when the Valen's crit, I mean, if you AoE everyone and get a crit off, I mean that. What's he got? He
For
got
sure.
700 damage, not diffused by the way. So it's flat out 700 on 3 people.
Yeah. All
So I
right.
mean, that scales up.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's definitely a beast. And like especially if you are like a little bit more in investment chat, it's gonna roll into our next one. So I'll kind of roll it into it. All right, season 2, we have Ballhorn, Bertrand, Moo, and Tohar. If you had to choose a pairing, um, you can talk about what we talked about earlier. What pairing would you do? Well, it kind
Well,
of pairing and your single march, because that question kind of ties in together for this one.
well, the best single march in G2 would be Muthea, like without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just absurd. Even like the season we're at, where we're having G5, this G2 march is just insane. Honestly, I'd probably put Moo above Lilia. Honestly, I mean, she's just cracked. I mean, just using mages only, I feel like she's better. But being another overall hero, I mean, I've seen people use her on calves. I've seen her be used on archers.
Tanks,
I've seen her be
everything.
I've seen her used on everything, and she still cooks. I mean, with this stat alone, investment wise, I mean, I would put her definitely above Lilia, just investment prio.
I would even put Thea in front of Lilia, personally.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. So, as Greyballz said there, guys. So, yeah, I know we said Lilia Thea for the pairing. So essentially, what you would do there is you could even do Lilia Waldir if you don't have your Valen leveled up. But I believe even back then, even if Valen was a 5/5, he would outdo the Waldir. that might be different. But as of from previous knowledge, if your Valen is 5/5, you could just do Lilia Valen. Or if you had already started working on them, just go Lilia Valen and then Mu Thea. I think that's kind of where you're sitting at season 2, in terms of like the investments there. Okay. Next we still have our.
Hold up, because I do remember something about Mu.
Yeah.
For like my free to plays out there, there's the 2 versions of her. There's the epic and legendary. I'm not gonna lie, I have like 0 testing on epic Mu. Like the moment I saw she gonna upgrade, I just full sent it. So
yeah. So I when they first came out, I made a video on it, and I actually tested an awakened or a purple Mu with a Thea, and it did decent, especially with a sand lizard. That's definitely an honorable mention for sure. If it doesn't fit your budget or whatever, you're just trying to get like some cheap builds that like you can do decent with. Yeah, she kind of cooks. Nowhere near the legendary. Don't get me wrong, guys, but she's definitely up there.
Yeah, the epic and legendary discrepancies this is absurd. But epic Mu would definitely be above epic Waldir, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Lilia to the B tier. I'll be honest.
You're bringing her down. Why is that?
Yeah.
Let's see.
The reason why is because I feel like Mu Thea compared to like a Lilia Valen always outperformed them in terms of like the overall like merits that they get. At least from my personal experience, like the Lilia Valen was always under my Mu Thea. To have them like at least like on that same, I know this is not a pairings video, it's kind of like more individual, but yeah, I think I'm gonna put her there.
We're discussing pairings as well, because as we go on,
yeah,
people are gonna be running 4. If you're running 5 mages, I don't know, but I'm
sure I'm gonna. And look, even at some point, bro, Lilia, I wasn't even running Lilia Valen at some point on my setup.
Saying, I'm not gonna lie.
So that's why I'm like,
especially when a lot of especially the season we're in, where everyone just spams sending Kuma, Kuma Quans with Moss Rocks, Gorsh, Gogol, Venom Lizards. She would just be the first one to die.
Yeah, that's why for me, I'm like, okay, bro, it hurts because especially for us and a lot of the OGs watching, I'm sure when I did that, you kind of cringed a little bit, and trust me, I get it, but we got to be realistic in terms of like how they're doing out there in the field, especially for our new players that are going to be playing Call of Dragons, looking at this tier list here, trying to make sure that they're investing in the right places. Okay, so all right, Tohar, where do you rate Tohar?
Tohar, he's good, especially for like the poking game.
Mm-hmm.
Open field, he just just poke for 3 seconds, pull back, and his orbs continuously hit. So you don't even have to be committed to the first 10 seconds like every other mage would. Personally, I would put him above like Valen.
Yep.
Just because he's the first passive mage you can get access to. And he's a gold key commander, which you could, once you unlock him, you just add him onto the chest, and you can get him for free.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's an SLE commander, so you will have to get lucky, either win an SLE or get the Wheel of Destiny, and get him. But he's really good, especially for, later on you will get Mage Garrisons. He's still insanely cracked. He's extremely tanky. We've messed around with Lilia Tohar back a couple of seasons ago before Thunderland Thalea even came out, and Lilia Tohar was cooking better than Lilia Valen. To be fair, the only real damage inf you had at the time was Gorsh Skogul. I haven't tested Lilia Tohar with the Kuma Quans that are out, but the next season when it starts, I will definitely test it out just to see how it plays around.
I think the main thing is Tohar's counterattack reduction. That alone is absolutely massive, because I've even messed around.
Reduction, yeah.
I've even messed around with Thunderland Tohar. That thing cooks, bro. Honestly, but I have so many of them. All right, leads me into my next one, which is Bertrand. I will put Bertrand in the lead of the B tiers. So I had this conversation with Gray where it's like if I had to choose a pairing, right? If I didn't have like the Muthea lined up from the previous season, like it was just like looking at this, Bertohar for me still does second most in DPS. So like at the end of a run, when I look at like the amount of sevs, that Bertohar with that Mirage Orb is insane. You know, the other thing that's pretty slept on, Gray, is the Shadow Phaedrake's damage dealt bonus, right? Because even me personally,
Yep.
I will look at the Shadow Phaedrake's like overall damage in the report, and I'm like, this pet's trash. But then you don't really think about the captive within that Shadow Phaedrake. But like as you mentioned, Bertohar is one of those marches that you have to like full send, bro. Everything max before you start seeing like some real results, to include like a max Mirage Orb and all that, to start seeing the value.
Yeah. The investment on this guy is extreme. You would have to put everything onto him. And personally, I mean, I wouldn't really put an investment priority on Bertrand. I think you'll be fine at 555. The last skill is good. I mean, you get 15% attack and defense, but that only happens if you're not targeted. Most of the time, mage mains will stay back and won't get targeted. But personally, I mean, you're not really getting too many stats. And then his bonus, like his awakened skill, is only modifying his rage skill. I think it's only by like 100 or 200 damage factor. It's not really too much. I wouldn't really prioritize getting Bertrand maxed. Tohar, same thing. But for Tohar, you would have to fully awaken him because that last skill is 35% attack,
Yep.
which is huge. But it's also a huge investment. That's 680 heads versus I think it's like 380, somewhere around there. Is below 400 for a 555. So I mean, you would have to think about your priorities and knowing that you have G3 around the corner, because not unlike what we went through, where we had to wait through a whole year until we got the next mages. You guys in season 2 go directly into the G3 right next season, which is only like a month into. So, you if you're brand new, personally, I would skip on these two and just wait for the next ones. Bertor is cool and all, but personally, I would wait because G3 has way better things than what G2 has.
Yeah, for sure. At least compared for the Bertar, you would just focus at that point, finishing that Lilia, Valen, and that Muthea.
Yeah, personally, I mean,
to
if you're
finish
G2,
him. Yeah.
yeah, if you don't have all those other G1s like Lilia, Muthea done, I would focus them first.
That way you're prepped and ready to go. Okay, I'll talk on the Ballhorn because I feel like I've. How much have you used your Ballhorn?
My Ballhorn's just one. I have zero commitment on him.
So I committed to the Ballhorn during the when we were able to get our tokens back from old heroes. So I got rid of pretty much my Nico because I never use archers, and sometimes I switch to Spring Warden due to row stuff. So, dude, Ballhorn has been an absolutely amazing hero, and I never thought I would say that because because of never using him before. But in terms of this list, I will put him to like towards the end of B, because I've ran the Moo Ballhorn and it actually did pretty decent. But the reason why I think if you guys are looking for a little bit more versatility, something that's going to assist you guys with, let's just say, a cavalry setup, you could even go Moo Ballhorn over the Muthea, because of the fact that Ballhorn does pretty damn good with calves. I'll be honest, especially if you're like a Spring Warden type, which if you're watching this video, you're probably not. That does pretty good, but I would put him. I definitely wouldn't put him in the C, because my Moo Ballhorn's actually done pretty decent, and his versatility definitely earns him a spot there. Okay,
I can see Ballhorn being up there. Mainly one, I mean, he's not the best mage out there, but he is a overall hero which you can use for other setups.
Bro, the Moo Ballhorn Sand Lizard setup with the Visage, pretty damn solid, bro. Pretty damn solid. And the versatility. And he's a
Gold King commander, so he's free.
Yep. All right. Season 3. Yeah, we knew season 2 was gonna be a tough one. All right, if you had to choose one March, Mag, Thundolin, um, Thalea, and I'll throw in Zeta in there because a lot of us have used Magze. If you had to choose one to invest in from season 3.
Well, I know before the mages even came out for G3, everyone's just using Max A mages, which is still does really good today. But now the new meta is Mag Thunderlin, which would be the best Gen 3 March you could get.
Mm-hmm.
Magray is just crazy cracked. I mean, I would put her definitely above Moo in my opinion. I mean, Mag just insane OD, honestly. And we even as an archer hero, she still does better than the current archers.
Mm-hmm.
And she's 2 generations behind. So definitely Magritte. I mean, that should be your highest priority, at least in season 3.
And
Thunderlin.
mm-hmm.
Thunderlin's cool. Um, she just takes a long time to ramp up because of that lightning bolt. But if you're fighting, for example, in like keeps, she will get you an absolutely diabolical report because she would just nuke everything in the surroundings. And same thing if you're fighting like choke points, she would nuke everything in front of it.
Did you say A or B?
Definitely good, but I'll say high B. She's definitely better than Bert, but I just don't think she's the same level as Thea. Just because she's kind of stuck with that one march, you can't really put her anywhere else.
I've tried her out with a bunch of different marches. She actually does pretty good with Tohar. But touching back up on what you were saying on the mag, yeah, I mean, dude, you could even 5-5 mag and you're cooking. That's
Yeah,
like,
for mages only, yeah.
yeah, that's what gives her like if you're looking to like, okay, like the Mag Thunderlin, actually, I cooked a disgusting report. A Mag Thunderlin Sand Lizard, even Mag Thunderlin Seraphic. I know a lot of you guys have a Seraphic, and you're like, what do I do with my Seraphic? I already invest in a Seraphic. That's where I personally put my Seraphic, is on the Mag Thunderlin. But that's definitely where I would put that. As far as like Zeta goes, like believe it or not, I've tried Zeta with like Valen back in the day when we didn't have as much, and it actually did decent. But as in terms of as an individual mage, I would even put her like C and fucking D. It's kind of hard to say individually because, like I said, I've only tried it with a Valen, and it's actually done decent.
But Zeta's kind of stuck with Magritte only. I mean, her kit revolves her around Magritte, so
Yeah, I'll put her in D then. But
no, I think she should be around like Waldir level. She's
yeah.
definitely not below him.
And if you guys end up going with the Mag's A, for example, because let's just say you want to have like a, which is not a bad, it's not a bad play. Like Mag Thunderlin is definitely better than Mag's A, but Mag's A gives you that versatility that you also now have a good Archer March.
Yep, especially during like long range
Yeah.
warfare seasons, for example, because you will be passively training archers. You
Mm-hmm.
at least I hope you are. I mean, I've seen some people be like, "Oh, I'm mage main, and I'm not training any other troop." It's like, yeah, when anniversary kicks in and you get that troop exchange event, you're gonna be real stupid. So I would definitely still invest in like Zeta, but I wouldn't. I maybe like at least a 5, at least just to have her up there,
All right. The next one we
but
have on
definitely not high
here
5.
is the little goat girl.
Go. I mean, I would put her around like Tohar level, mainly because of the next generation. You can definitely use Thundel and Thalea. She's really good together, but you won't be like, oh, this is like the best merch in the game type. It would definitely not compare to Moo Thunderland or Moo Thunderland's good. Moo Thea. She kind of needs someone like Ming to really get her kit going. But I mean, she's your first rally mage. I mean, what was it? Thalea Thunderland cooks for mage rallies, at least in this generation. Your only worry would be the Magro Gorish garrisons. You won't have to worry about the Lee Kumas yet. But I mean, yeah, she's good. Just I think what double 5 is really all you need. Triple 5 is good too, but I wouldn't go any higher than that.
Yeah, and the thing to also for season 3, guys, if I had to pick one mage to like set me up for the future success, I would definitely choose the Thalea over everyone in that season 3, which is Mag, Thalea, Thunderlin, Zeta. Actually,
I mean, shouldn't we switch Thunderlin and the layout around? Personally, looking at it, I mean, we should probably swap those two around if we're looking into the future generations, like for like investment purposes.
yeah, if we're talking investments, yeah. Have you ran Ming Thunderlin before?
Ming Thunderlin, I have, but I mean, Ming Thalea was just better.
Yeah, and on top of that, the reason why we say this too, guys, it's about setting up for the future, right? A Thalea even at 555, like you're already cooking.
I mean, it's
You
still same investment price. I mean, you have 380 tokens versus 680.
yeah.
Personally, I would save those extra heads and wait for Ming to come out.
Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of like where it sits there. And as far as like the order within the A and the B's, guys, like, you know, these could, there's so many ways. Trust me, I have lost count of how many ways I've tried pairing mages, and so many pairings do good, to be honest. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll touch back and talk about a lot of these other things here. We're all right, here we go. Season 4. Young Ming and Grimora. Give it to us
Ming is
about
easily
Ming.
like Ming is just easily S tier. Like there's nothing that's beating him. This dude paired with anybody would just cook. I mean, you can put this guy with like all win and still get like a crazy report. It's diabolical. This guy is a generational leap. This dude is the modern day Magret. When I know the OGs remember when Magzay originally came out, it was an absolute crazy moment for the whole COD community. Everyone had her maxed. Everyone was going crazy. Magzay alone would get all your other marches merits combined.
Yeah.
Ming is just crazy. This dude is a generational leap.
Ming is one of those heroes that, like, even if you're not a mage main, you should get Ming.
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling like even like Abda here in MFD is like, you have to have Ming. If you don't have Ming like near maxed or like Ming in general, you need to have a Ming investment or we're just not accepting you. Ming, you need. I mean, he's just crazy.
Yeah, he's nuts. He's nuts. All
You're
right.
selling if you don't have Ming.
Mm-hmm. Next, we got Grimora.
Remora is cool, but she's just like a more buffed up Thalea, in my opinion. Investment prio, if you already had Thalea 555, you could definitely put her off. I would get her. I mean, 5-1-5-5. I mean, that would be your most optimal setup. But I know it'd be hard to get that same configuration. But I mean, I don't know if you've messed around with like Thunderlin and Gromora. I mean, it cooks, but it just takes a while to ramp up.
Thunder Grimora is decent. Believe it or not, lately I have Grimora and Lilia in my lineup with Grimora primary simply because like speed purposes, because like my Lilia Thea, for example, has like no speed in her build. So whenever I want to put Lilia and Grimora together, I kind of have that.
If I'm not mistaken,
there.
don't they have like the same trees? Don't they
Yeah.
have magic skills?
Yeah, it's just a speed difference. That way I'm not
Oh,
switching my Lilia
I
around.
think I know. Well, no. Guns, you're kind of selling by having Remora primary.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the 25%, or I think it's 20% hero skill damage buff gets reset the moment Lilia like hits someone like something, and then if you get Scorch, you won't get the skill damage bonus.
I need to try it out primary then, because I've only been using Grimora primary. And like I said, because of speed purposes wise, that's why I haven't like switched that. But yeah, I definitely need to try that out. But as far as like Grimora, dude, I hate to say it, but like you can almost skip her and keep that Lilia Ming. Like we talked about it right earlier. I told Graham like Lilia Grimora or Lilia Thalea.
The Ming Thalea. I mean, Ming Thalea.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Is good.
So
It's just goaded. I mean, if you invested her Thalea in Generation 3, you won't have to worry about Gromora in Generation 4.
yeah. And then right around that time, you also have the Quan Kuma that had come out. That I mean, we got G5 that are coming up infantry, right? But the
Don't remind me,
The
bro.
Kuma Kwan are just insane, bro. That I think you'll be good to go with just going with like a Ming to Leia and then just going for that Kuma, even that one Kuma over the going for that Gamora. I feel like would definitely be the better route there. Um,
Easily.
yeah, I mean, kind of.
I mean, I wouldn't put Gromora below Ballhorn. I mean, I would. She's kind of around like Tohar level because I mean, you do as a mage man, especially like once you get to Generation 4, you want a mage garrison. Like if you're
Oh,
getting,
definitely.
so
This
you would definitely want to invest in her and Tohar alone, just to keep your city like safe.
I guess the focus of this is more of open field, guys. Because if we start talking about like Garrison, then yeah, dude, she's
I mean,
definitely a must.
you have to have her you have to have her up there. But
Garrison,
don't
yeah,
don't get me twisted now. Remember before we had Ming Gromora, we had the Tor Thunderlin
that thing
Garrison.
cooks. Yeah,
That thing would fry anything it would get like run into. But you have to worry about swarms and counter rallies because you will nuke anything in front of it. But I mean, AOE wise, is you're not doing anything.
yep. And then we
Which is
pretty
bad because we already said invest in Thunderlin for the Mag Thunderlin March, and we said invest in Tor for just like Generation 2, and Tor is really cracked. So you probably won't have to worry about Gromora once you hit Generation 4 because you can just worry about just those two single marches.
yeah, definitely. I mean, we pretty much said it indirectly too. And if you had to choose one, obviously the Young Ming. So like that kind of goes through season 1, 2, 3, 4, and obviously it depends on like on your spend level. If we didn't cover I mean, I feel like we covered almost everything in terms of like which ones to go for first. So let's see any other we have some honorable mentions like Hosk and Indus is a great support march here hero. And then we have
She's also
Hosk.
free.
Yeah, you can also get her free. We also have Hosk, which if you invested into VIP, you can definitely still fit him in. I've messed around with him even last season, and he did decent. I'll be honest, he did decent. Like if you are like an archer player, or you don't really go heavy in mages, Hosk can fit right in, dude. I'll be honest, like it still did okay.
Yeah, Haas can fit in. I mean, you don't expect like Ming level reports, but
Yeah, I
he'll be up.
mean, yeah.
He won't go negative. You'll still trade at least 1 2, and that's like the most important part. You don't want to be neutral as a mage main because you're definitely messing something up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. I'm looking at that like B at like the B here.
The B list is kind of
Let's
crowded. I'm
see.
not gonna lie.
It's very crowded. It's very crowded, but at the same time, it's like I don't think any of the mages are in C tier.
I can
Personally,
see.
who do you think
I can
would be
see
in
Valen
C?
being down there, but that's because he kind of
No,
falls off. I mean, he falls off. He has no tank. He's just, I mean, just AOE and crit rate. But crit rate, I mean, if with any mage would make him
that
kind of
would
pop
bump
off.
these guys down here then. If we were to bump down, like in terms of like how the marches are doing in terms of merits, this is what it would look like.
I
Lilia
mean, I
Valen
would put
would.
Lilia. I mean, Lilia would be higher because you can have the Lilia Thea and the Lilia.
That's
Just
true.
because Valen's kind of stuck with one, like after season 1, but like in SOS seasons, Valen's kind of like my first March I would have bench and just like replace him with a different mage.
I'm okay with B being crowded. I'll be honest, and the reason why I say that is because every single one of these marches in B, you can mix around these marches so many different ways, and you still end up some around the same merits, roughly.
Actually, I think we could bump up Thalea to A. And hear me out now.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because of her second skill that takes effect every time a hero does skill damage. Setting up for future mages, the devs are gonna see that Ming, like the Ming feedback is crazy. So they're gonna probably want mages that do damage over time. Or at least that can do multiple instances of skill damage per like single target. So I think further on she would probably age well. And not only that, the next mages are going to be rally, so that's going to be another high single target damage nuke. And I mean, also low investment, just 555.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking investment wise, yeah, that would definitely bump her up into A because she's gonna be with that Ming. But there is some people that didn't even invest into her.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to be fair, when she first came out, she was like abysmal. Because I
Yeah.
mean, you would have to at least be in battle for over 10 seconds, like continuously on that same guy, just for her damage to like ramp up, just so you can see a noticeable difference. But over time, like if you're just melting down tanks, she will keep you alive. And same thing with Thunderland. I mean, if you're just shooting like Kuma Kwans, as long as you're not like a huge deco and pet difference, you will trade positive, like in range at least. If you get a Kuma Kwan right up in your face, no one's going positive, not even Ming. So honestly,
That's true.
that would yeah. I think high B's for both is pretty good. Yeah, I can see this being all right. Because right now you only have 1 and 2 marches that you could pair these with that are like besides Ming Thalea that are crazy. After that, I mean, it's just kind of mid.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I think this
have.
this is fine. This is fine.
Let me see here. Let me put my camera a little bigger. Okay. Some like I mean, some that I'll like quickly touch on. Alwyn, he's a march that I never really even used in season 1. I kind of did when I was just trying to fill like a bunch of like mage marches, but you know, Atheist is another march that I've messed around with. I've did like even a Ming Atheist. Granted, anyone with Ming does great, but
Granted, it's Ming, so
yeah, but
hey, don't be hating on my boy Atheist. He's technically
he's
like the
amazing, bro. He's
own.
honestly really
He's
good.
really good, especially if you're running around with flyers. So I
Yeah.
mean, and he's an epic hero. I would put him honestly like I would put him up there with Valen just because how easy and how versatile this guy is. Because
And
he
he's
really doesn't
epic.
have any. Yeah, he's epic hero, so it's basically free.
Give us an Atheist Prime
Still,
already. Or a Waldir
honestly,
Prime.
Waldir Prime would break the internet. Just saying.
Oh, also, some more honorable mentions. That Lilia, we got mastery skills coming up, Gray.
Yep.
She about to cook.
Yep.
But, you know, that's a
And same thing
conversation
with
for...
Bert. Bert, the mastery skill for Bert is his second skill, which is the same thing. Like I was saying, it does instant like instances of skill damage. He gets 30% magic skill damage every like for he gets 10% every time you do damage. That skill alone's going on Ming. Just saying. Actually, no, it's going on Grimora. I would remove her garrison thing and put that skill on there for open field. That's 30% skill damage that you get additional. So.
For sure. We're definitely going to make a video on that. All right, guys. I know that's a long one, but listen, these are the most common questions I get on a day-to-day basis. Of like guns, I'm in this season. Guns, I'm in this season. Like, who do I invest for first to? So we talked about literally almost every positive and negative that it comes to a lot of these heroes. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed it. If we didn't answer your question, guys, make sure that you guys ask it in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer it. Okay, I do pretty good at responding to almost everyone, to be honest. So yeah, just ask away. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, I mean, the things we went into, like season by season, the best single march, the best pairing, setting yourself up for the future. I think that another thing that I will sprinkle at the end, if it doesn't, you know, show, if I would say my universals, all my universals for me. Absolutely. From the beginning, I get that's a long time, but depending on your spend level, right? If you're really low spend or damn near free to play, just save everything for me. Absolutely all universals for me. So by the time you get there, you're already cooking. You're already with it there. Any last comments, Mr. Gray?
Well, no, I can see saving every universal would be good, especially since the majority of these heroes are now gold key heroes besides the Leia Thunderland. But after that, I don't really see an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it depends on your spend level, right? Some people can awaken 2 heroes a season. Some people can awaken 1. Some people, it takes them 2 seasons to awaken a hero. But I mean, based off the tier list, I'd be fine with that. When it comes to mag guys, what is it? I believe it's 555 or just 5 for mages, right? Just
5, yeah.
just 5 for mages is good. You do not need to awaken it. So in terms of like, you know, saving up your stuff, that Ming Mu and Thea are just not gonna. They're not gonna miss. Even they're just complete future proof. But yeah, that it's kind of dabbing into another video there. With that being said, guys, I want to give a special thank you to Greyballz for joining me. It's been a while, but anytime it comes to mages, I always got to check with my boy. You know, he's someone that's been a mage player since the beginning, so always
We're almost like 3 years now.
3 years, bro. So yeah, I always reach out to my boy Gray. I appreciate you, Gray. I love what you're doing with MFD over there. I'm just gonna be like this.
Maybe, I don't know. This video might be a little sneak peek of the future. I don't know.
So
Jason's definitely about to DM me. Watch.
hey, bro, you don't watch the videos, bro. But all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm sure this is gonna be a good one. I'm keeping this one for a long time, so make sure if you guys enjoyed it, also drop a like on the video. Helps us out a ton. If you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video, guys. Until next time, it's your boy Guns and Gray, the double G's. We out, y'all. Peace.
Yeah.